Black woman CEO's seat stolen by white passenger seconds later. Flight is grounded. Wait a second. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments. And make sure to subscribe for more powerful and inspiring stories, just like this one. She boarded the plane quietly, dressed in a sleek blazer, her carry-on filled with contracts worth millions of dollars. At just 20 years old, Zahara Miles had become the youngest CEO in her industry, but she never advertised it. So when a white passenger saw her in first class and loudly told her, "You must be lost," Zahara calmly showed her ticket. She refused. To move, the flight crew hesitated. Whispers spread. But Zahara wasn't about to back down because what happened next would shut down the entire flight. Watch until the end. This moment changed everything. Zahara Miles was used to being underestimated. 20. She'd built a tech startup from her dorm room that now powered central corporate logistics worldwide. With quiet confidence and sharp intelligence, she moved through boardrooms where few looked like her, and even fewer took her seriously. But today was different. She was flying to New York to finalize a multi-million-dollar acquisition. First class was booked under her name. She was early, hoping for a calm flight before the chaos of Wall Street meetings. Plain cabin, a few glances met her, some curious, some dismissive. She took her window seat, pulled out her tablet, and reviewed her notes. But when the last group boarded, a tall, middle-aged white man paused beside her. He looked at her, then at the seat number. And then, as if she didn't exist, he dropped his bag in the overhead and sat right down in her seat. Zahara blinked. She looked at her boarding pass, then at him. "Excuse me," she said without raising her voice. "I believe this is my seat," he scoffed. "No, it's not. You must be confused. This is 2A, first class." She held up her ticket. "Yes, that's what I have." A nearby flight attendant glanced over. Instead of intervening, she hesitated. "Sir, do you mind showing your ticket as well?" The man smirked. "I've been flying this route for years. Trust me, she's wrong." Passengers around them began to shift uncomfortably. Zahara stayed composed, but inside her frustration burned. Was no stranger to being second-guessed. It wasn't just about a seat. It was the principle, the dismissal, the way she was made to feel invisible. Another attendant came over and offered her a seat in economy just for now. To avoid delays, Zahara stood her ground. "No, I paid for this seat. I will sit here." The man crossed his arms. "You're holding up the plane." Zahara smiled slightly, pulled out her phone and made a call, just one. Within 5 minutes, the pilot received a message from the airline's legal team. Suddenly, the plane wasn't taking off anymore. The captain made an announcement. "This flight is temporarily grounded due to a legal dispute involving a passenger." Gasps filled the cabin. The man looked around, confused, and the crew? They now realized who. Zahara Miles was as security boarded to assess the situation. Zahara remained standing, calm, composed, and unmistakably in charge. The white passenger was asked for his boarding pass again. He was actually in seat 3C. He tried to argue. But the legal message from Zahara's team changed everything. The captain personally came to apologize to her. "I had no idea," Zahara cut him off politely. "You shouldn't need to know who I am to treat me with respect." The man was escorted to his correct seat, his face red, and Zahara. She reclaimed her rightful place without ever raising her voice. The cabin, once filled with tension, fell silent, except for the quiet sound of respect settling in. That flight never looked at her the same way again. Zahara reached New York and closed the deal. Her company is now valued at over $100 million. But it wasn't the money that made headlines. It was that flight. The video of her standing calmly, refusing to be moved, went viral. People didn't just see a young black woman being disrespected. They saw her power, her grace, her refusal to be. Erased. Zahara issued a statement. "Respect isn't earned by status." That's right. That airline instituted new anti-bias protocols days later because of one moment, one seat, countless. Others would now be treated differently. She didn't shout. She didn't fight. She stood, and the world sat up and listened. Which city and country are you watching from? Let us know in the comments. Take care.